Oh, there she is right there. Now that's a beaut.
Hey, what's up, Bran? What you doing?
Shh. We're on a hunt.
Hunt? Hunt for what? Isn't DBD like in the buggiest state that it's been in?
Shh. Don't criticize it. You'll scare it away.
I don't think it works that way. Also, are you hunting with a bat? What are you planning to do? Home run style like from Smash Brothers?
Oh, been playing doctor a little bit too much.
Hey, your prey is gone, by the way.
Drat! We almost had it.
It's okay, bud. We have another copy and paste holiday event to play anyway, so come on.
Maybe next time.
Also, if you got into the creator program, congrats to you. Good job. Hi guys, Brain here, and welcome to another commentary video. And today we're going to be talking about the Bone Chill event, Bone Chill event 2025. Is it better than the previous Bone Chill events? No. No, not even remotely. And if anything, they're giving us even less than last year, but there are some good things that I do like about this event that I think are neat and add some layers to this event that are much needed. So yeah, let's go ahead and get into it. Behavior, I need to take you aside. Before we get into any of this, I need to take you aside. Come here. Yeah, I'm gonna get up in your face. Come here. Why are the event offerings still personal? Why are the event offerings still personal? That has been this way every single Bone Chill event, one after the other. Those stupid little mistletoes, they just sit in my inventory all year and just gather dust. You know why? Because A, you can't use them outside the event, and B, you can't stack them, so it's not like you can run them with your friends. And even if you're not going to be running with a 4-man stacking up all of the event offerings to get as much blood points as possible, I, at least as killer, can run my own queue into pub matches, and then we can have all 5 together, and we can all make a lot of great blood points, and then we can have a happy holiday.
Give me money. Me. Money now. Me a money needing a lot now.
But no, for some reason, Behavior continues to be extremely stingy with blood points when it comes to blood point events if it's not the anniversary offer. I think this is funny because we've been taking strides, not us, Behavior has, to try and nerf really strong high rarity add-ons, whether that be on the Survivor or Killer side, but we're still super scared of giving everybody a lot of blood points. Like, I don't get it. So I don't know what the reason for them to be skimping out on blood points, especially now in the year of our Lord 2025, where Behavior has had a less than stellar year. Being kind of snubbed out of blood points feels kind of rough, a little bit rougher than it should be. Speaking of holiday things not quite meeting our expectations, the rewards this year are remarkably thinned out from what they were before. Last year, we were getting like 6+ sweaters and a bunch of different ice weapons and all this wonderful stuff. And this year, there's like 3 of the Constellation sweaters. We get 2 free outfits for Crossu and Gabe, and then a bunch of badges and banners, and that's it. What the hey? Where'd the rest of the stuff go?
Sir, will you please stop staring at me?
Where's the rest of you?
So it's a repeat event with only some minor changes, with the offering still being personal, which everybody has said over and over, we don't want that. And now we're getting even less in the way of rewards for actually completing the challenges and the such. Man, we are making some decisions. This is one of the things too that I haven't made a whole video about this, but I think it's a little fun side tangent, is this was one of the fears I had when they were initially going the route of like banners and badges. I'm like, those would be neat. I grew up in the COD days. Black Ops 2 was one of my favorite FPS games, and honestly games of all time. It's so fun. And one of the cool things was customizing your banner and your badge and all that wonderful stuff. And there were people that I would know on my server, I'd be like, oh, it's that guy because he has that card, you know? It was very cool. But one thing I always feared that would come out of the badges and banner situation when Dead by Daylight decided to bring it in was that it would start kind of like taking the place of much better rewards that we were already used to getting, which, if you're looking at the page where they bring up all this stuff, it kind of looks like it. It kind of looks like, hey, well, you didn't get as much as last year, but look, you got a cool badge and a cool banner that I will never use outside of this specific festive time of the year. This is my warning. From me to you, from us as the DBD community, as you see my leg phasing into the green screen over here. This is my advice from me to you, straight to Behavior Interactive. If you in any way are going to try to replace whatever planned P100 rewards you have with just a badge or a banner, that's not going to go over well. That's not going to go over well at all. I swear, that is going to work about as well as, you know, a certain somebody making a podcast about their very publicized cheating with their wife and how a lot of people like to hit rock bottom. Yeah, it's not going to work. It's not going to work. So don't go that route. Do not go that route. I will say there are aspects of this event that I do like that are new. The new system that you can use the snowballs stonks, the stacks to try and put a little snowdrift on top of a gen. That way the survivor has to run up, and before they can get on the gen, they have to like push all the snow off. I thought that was neat. I made this really, really funny build that was all about gen wrapping with like Merciless and Dead Man Switch and stuff, where they would be like, oh, I'm gonna get on the gen. Oop, I let go. Oh crap, now it's Dead Man's. And the moment it came off Dead Man's, I'd be like, oh, snow, snow, snow. And then they would try to get back on it, and they would have to take the snow off, and then they would finally get it to Merciless, and then I would knock them off, and then it's stopped by Merciless. They'd be like, oh gosh, well, let me get back on it, and then snow on it again. Just like creating layer after layer after layer of thing they have to do just to touch the generator. It was all right. It was a hoot. That was more the idea of the build. Oh, finally, I got the snow. Ah! Darn it. Oh, man, that's funny. Also, I wanted to talk about this, and I feel like I talk about this every single time there's one of these holiday events, this is the closest thing in Dead by Daylight that we get all year to like a casual queue. We've had many discussions in the Dead by Daylight community of, or do we want ranked mode, or do we want casual mode, and separating the modes, or do we want it all to stay in one mode? I will say that despite the fact that the holiday events are the closest we get to a casual mode in Dead by Daylight, for some reason, every single time one of these events drops, you get the most miserable games of all time. And it's either because people just are flat out not trying because they take the casual mode like signal and go, oh, so I shouldn't try literally at all. I should not try to play the game at all. I will not attempt. I will not do a single thing in this match, and throw for everybody else who's not in my group and just subject all of the randoms to my shenaniganry. Or you get the other side, which is the side that I got the most today, which is the most just like non-grass touching, sweatiest, most motherfuckers that I have ever met in my entire life. There was one group today that I'm not exaggerating. They got a 4 out on me. They definitively won, and they were upset. They were angry at me. That supposedly I had faced them 3 times, I beat them 3 times, and this was the first time they had beat me, and they were angry about it. And it's just like, dude, it's the Bone Chill event. It's supposed to be chill. It's supposed to be hee hee ha ha, running the snowman, hee hee ha ha, throw snowballs at each other, hee hee ha ha. It's supposed to be the around and who cares mode, but like, they were upset despite getting a 4-man out, and I'm just like, what? That, I feel like that would be weird even in like the normal pub mode, but in the hee hee ha ha holiday mode that's supposed to be just like no stakes, just get blood points, like, brother. And like I said, this is something that just kind of like happens with every event mode, because there are people that just can't win their normal matches of DBD. Like they can't win their normal 4v1 games on the pub side, so they're like, I'm gonna go in here because everybody in this mode is just going to be mostly doing the event stuff, so I can finally win. Pop a squat. Here, hold on. Here, come on. Pop a squat. Buddy, if the event mode is the only time you win Dead by Daylight, and this is the only time that you can get any sort of meaningful, consistent victory, you're garbo at the game. Should probably practice more instead of taking advantage of people. Yeah, there might be a greater skill issue going on if the only victories you can get are in the hee hee ha ha mode, where you're taking advantage of people and having their guard down to get your victories. There's a whole other video I can make about like Dead by Daylight players and how like for a lot of them this is like their first like PvP game, so the extent at which they will go to the lengths at which they will go to like get victories and just circumvent actually getting good at the game just to squeeze victories out is just like, ugh. That's a whole other video. Okay, I think this is the important part of the video though, because we do have to talk about the elephant in the room, and the reason that this Dead by Daylight event has not perhaps the best in terms of quality is because they've been doing a lot of other stuff this year. And this is usually the part where I would be like, well, they did ABC and that was super cool and they spent so much time doing that, so that's why our event isn't that great. But it was mostly spent trying to put through changes that we said no to once with the anti-slug, twice with the anti-slug with the Crossu update and the anti-tunnel, which we said no to. And then we said no to it again when they said, okay, what if we just take it into the back, shake it up a little bit and put it out again? Then maybe you'll like it. And we said no to anti-slug for the third time, anti-tunnel for the second time. And that's what we did this year. That is what we did with all that time. The time that was meant mostly to be focused on very intense, quality of life health updates, which is why we pushed back the Stranger Things 2 chapter, is so we could focus on quality of life. We spent it trying to put in very, very unhealthy anti-tunnel and anti-slug changes instead. So I can't quite, go out to bat and be like, well, see, they did all this wonderful stuff and it made everything better, because they didn't. They just kind of put stuff in that we said no to, tested, said no to, and tried to put it through again. We said no, still no. So I think what we're really feeling, to put it in a summarized way, is we're kind of feeling the effects of how behavior kind of just went for changes that were kind of easy to see from far away, weren't going to be fantastic, and how much that wasted time kind of is coming back to bite all of us in the end, because I don't think anybody is jumping for joy at the Bone Chill event. Even if you don't hate it, you're probably like, this feels a lot like last year, except with less stuff. So this is the importance of, why we don't necessarily need to test everything, because we've spent so much time testing things that we could have just said, maybe, that probably isn't going to work out. And we spent that time testing. And as a result, our events are lower quality because we spent all that time doing other things instead of focusing on, actual health updates or making our events more fun. I think along the lines of that thought, I think the DBD player base is just, a lot of us are just burnt out, not only from the game health not being too fantastic, but from this whole event spiel, because I'm sure you've noticed over the past year and a half, 2 years, it's been 2v8, 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 chaos shuffle, 2v8, 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 chaos shuffle, 2v8, 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 chaos shuffle. Holiday event, 2v8, 2v8, chaos shuffle. Remember Lights Out? You guys remember Lights Out? Do we have any Lights Out fans in the chat? Please let me know down in the comments below. Did you guys enjoy Lights Out? Is that something you want to see again? Because at this point, I wasn't a big Lights Out fan, but I'd take it over Chaos Shuffle, 2v8, 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 Chaos Shuffle. There's another Chaos Shuffle coming here in January, I believe. So we're not even out of the woods yet. It is literally this perpetual cycle of 2v8, Chaos Shuffle, 2v8. We cannot escape. It is all we can get. And I think the point of why I bring that up is because if our Halloween event, which was also very samey and almost the exact same as last year, and now we get the Bone Chill event, which is very samey and almost the same as last year, and we keep getting the same repeat modes, the modifiers, almost call them event modes, but they're modifiers of 2v8. Oh, well, there's 2 more characters this time. Or in the last case, they took out legions. I just think it hits harder because the modifiers we've had have also been almost the exact same. So anytime there's something new or special in Dead by Daylight, it's basically the same as the last time we experienced it. So if the holiday event modes are also doing that, where it's it's the same thing, except we move something slightly to the left and now you get less rewards, I feel like it's just going to constantly lead to this kind of meh or nothing burger kind of response.
This is V8 behavior.
This is the 7th week in a row you've shown
To V8
in class.
I think while it's not as nearly as dramatic as a lot of the other stuff that has happened this year, I think just kind of the midness of this current Bone Chill event is another sign of just kind of the very tumultuous, very interesting year of Dead by Daylight that we have had so far. And I really, really hope going into 2026 that we can just kind of put that behind us. We can just say, hey, 2020, not a great year for Dead by Daylight. And then we kind of moved in a higher direction after the twins disaster and all that. And we can just look at 2025 kind of the same way we looked at that, where we looked at the twins chapter disaster and went, yeah, that was bad, but it got better. I really hope in 2026 we can look back on 2025 and be like, nah, that was terrible, but at least things got better. Yeah. And there's copium right there. There's a copium leak in the studio. I think I let me be real here for a second. I think honestly that there's been a very, very difficult uphill battle with all of this and that has happened in 2025. I think there's been a lot of really, really major license. We were going to get FNAF and Stranger Things Chapter 2 in the same year until they moved it. I know like right before this very tumultuous year they laid off so many people, and I'm sure that's not helping. I know personally, just from the people that I know or are, you know, mutuals of people that actually work at Behavior, that they are working mostly not with a lot of people. they're trying to do a lot with a very, very little amount of resources, whether it be manpower or whatever it happens to be. So they're in a crunch. Not the typical AAA like term of like crunch, but like they're trying to do a lot with less, and it's hard to do that. I would say near impossible to like meet the same level of output and quality if you have far less people and your teams are small or whatever the issue happens to be. I don't know, if I had to give the Bone Chill event a rating on 10 being the most fun event I've ever played in Dead by Daylight and like 1 being garbage, I give it like a 4.5. Yeah, like a 4.5. It's like if I hadn't played almost this exact same event over and over and over again, I probably would like it a lot more. But with only slight variation, I'm kind of like, I'll probably play it for like a day or two. I'll probably play it maybe 3 days, because I played it today. I'll probably play it tomorrow, and then I'll do my Survivor Day on Friday, and then I'll be like, I'll probably just go back to 4v1 after that, because there's just not enough substance in there for me to be like really into that. And I feel like that's how a lot of people feel. So, yeah. But what do you think of the Bone Chill event? Are you pretty cool with it? Do you actually like it? Or are you like me, where you're like, it's kind of just it's kind of mid, it's kind of a nothing burger? Let me know down in the comments below. But I appreciate you guys so much for watching today. If you like this video, make sure you like and subscribe, because that's how I know I'm doing a good job on the back end. Other than that, hopefully this video made your day a little bit better today. If it didn't, I'll try to make your day better in the next video. And if I don't see you there, I'll see you when I see you. Goodbye.